Empress Nintiel Bay has taken the first steps to secure the rights of indigenous peoples, the Aborigine Moors. Today are referred to as Black people. Pursuant to international law and United Nations Declaration 1514, the British courts of America have been shut down.
Anyone who removes this from this notice, this writ from this courthouse, shall receive the ultimate punishment. You see this green tape? That is the representation of the high courts of the land.
Register of Deeds and court shut down by tribal government. Royal High Courts of the land ordered all police precincts shut down.
Precinct in Imperial City with the writ of replevin. January 8th. To my law enforcement Imperial Guards, we're going to use this green tape. We're going to execute the writ in this fashion. Put the writ of execution on the door and where they send the payments to. This is Empress Nintiel Bay, heir to the Amurickan estate. I am doing this video to reach out to various African nations. It is now time to make alliances, strategic partnerships with the countries of Gambia, Congo, Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau, and also Ghana and Cameroon. We are now out of interregnum. I am the heir to the Amurickan estate that went into interregnum in year 1913. Now that we are out of interregnum and back in our full posterity, we have banished all corporations in concert with the Pope's orders of 2014. There is no corporate fiction to possess lawful status upon the land any longer. The empire, the heirs of the land are in power, back in power. That being said, I, as Empress of the Amurickan estate and the countries thereof, over 50 countries, islands, and territories in which the Queen Elizabeth Windsor was holding, apparently, which we know now that she was only the front person. Her and her family are not true royals. So now that the royal lineage, the true royal lineage, has stepped forward, we are issuing orders from the Royal High Court to expel all entities and individuals who came into power due to the Inquisition and the Christian Crusades, which forced many of us and our families around the world, forced us by assimilation, forced us to assimilate into a culture that was not ours. So our movement today is founded on the basis of the United Nations Declaration 1514, decolonization of 1960, the rights of indigenous peoples, the right to autonomy, and the right to have our rights back without being forced to assimilate into a foreign jurisdiction. That being said, I, as Empress of America and of the lands of the Empire, have issued international orders for all the countries, islands, and territories underneath the Empire, which is now the Aborigine Moors Empire, as I have named it under my reign. I have ordered for all powers that be, that took power due to the Inquisition and the Christian Crusades. They are now, the corporations are dissolved. There is no corporate fiction that has more power than that of the Royal High Courts of the land and heirs to the land. That being said, I have begun imperial escheats and expulsion of these entities, starting with the courts and the government buildings, Register of Deeds, which houses deeds, which are not true and valid titles to the land. So we at the Royal High Courts are working to establish, reestablish, and correct the records. Return the land back to the heirs of the land as it should be before the time of war, before the Indian Wars, before the Empire went into interregnum in 1913, and before the Scottish Rite, the Vatican, popes and bishops, Christian Crusades, Knights Templar came to America and ravished the land, starting with the southern states. Now we have begun to physically close down the courts, which are back under our rule, my rule as an heir to the Americanist Empire. We have now began to escheat the government buildings back, and we are banishing and expelling all corporate entities and all subsidiaries of the Vatican Catholic Church who are operating in our governments as secret societies, such as the Scottish Rites, Daughters of the Nile, Sons of the Nile, Daughters of Isis, Sons of Isis, Knights Templar, Knights of Columbus, Knights of Malta, Eastern Stars, who typically work in government and in the court, high up in government and in the courts. These positions have been abused. The societies in which they have kept secret were the knowledge base of my ancestors, who are from the imperial side all around the world, who still run the world from the background. I am now bringing all of this forward. There is no more secrets. There are no more lies, and there are no more fictitious corporations to run the world, to run our land. Those days are over. Now it is time for us to join together with strategic partnerships. I am seeking strategic partnerships. Anything that we can do to barter our resources, to come together, to build and to maintain our posterity in America and worldwide. Please let me know. My signature is worth more than gold. If there's anything that the countries that I have mentioned would like to do, would like to barter on, would like to partner with, please reach out to me at Empress Royal Courts at Proton Mail, or you can send me a direct email at powerbroker@protonmail.com. We look forward to partnering with you. That is the leadership and heads of state of the Congo, Gambia, Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau, and Cameroon and Ghana. For now, that is what I've been spiritually directed to do. So therefore, those are the African countries that we will start with joining together and making strategic partnerships. We will also be occupying the United States embassies around the world. So those countries will be the first for us to contact from my administration, the Royal High Courts, and the resurrection of the empire. This is considered the new America, and we are out of interregnum, pursuant to the laws of nature, pursuant to the land claims of the Americanas. My ancestors, my great-great-grandparents, Empress Maxima, her father went by Maximus, which is the same, just a slightly different connotation. My great-great-grandfather, King Percy of Persia. That being said, I look forward to making your acquaintance, to the heads of state, to the countries that I have mentioned, and just know that it is our time. No one is stopping us. No one is hindering us. The United States Army moves at my command. The White House, the Pentagon, Department of Defense is my ancestors' legacy, and they move to my command also. If there's anything that other countries would like to speak to me about, you can reach me once again at Empress Royal Courts at protonmail.com, or you can reach me on my tribalgovernment.us, www.tribalgovernment.us website. Peace and love to you all. I look forward to changing the world for the better and making strategic partnerships with viable African countries and leaders. Ashe.